We're in Studio J in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny Smith and a couple of special guests. Right here to my left is Rodney Henry with Protege Shoes and Manny Ohome, the founder of Samaritan's Feet. The mission of that organization is to put 10 million pairs of shoes on 10 million kids' feet worldwide in the next 10 years. You may have seen him last year. Had you on during the playoffs talking about that effort. And Kenny, I know you've gotten close to it. I've gotten close to it. We're kind of working with Manny, and the NBA's been great getting involved. But you guys have a huge donation to Samaritan's Feet, Rodney. Why don't you tell us about what you've done from Protege and Kmart?
Actually, Kmart's been tremendous. Kmart really embraced this idea of giving back, the spirit of giving back. Al Harrington and Steven Jackson created this brand to give back to the community, and we able to give this brand to community so to empower kids. So this brand is for $34.95 at Kmart exclusively. And
you are donating 1 million pairs of shoes to Samaritan's Feet.
That's correct. Kmart is and Protege together.
Yeah. How'd you like that news, man?
I tell you, that is a dream come true. Coming from an African boy that never had a pair of shoes, to be able to now say that we have 1 million pairs of shoes, to us that represents 1 million children that we get the chance to inspire hope and tell them to go dream that something greater and bigger can be accomplished through your life.
You know, Manny, the biggest thing that I heard, and it's a great contribution with Rodney, who I've known for a long time. And, I'm glad that he came apart and big part of this. But tell us how important shoes are, because people here don't realize the importance of having a pair of shoes. And that story that you told of the lifelong lessons, not only lessons or health risks that were in Africa, could you tell us about that?
Oh, absolutely. People don't realize over 300 million children woke up this morning without a pair of shoes on their feet. Many of them walk around in dangerous terrains and step on bottles, steps on nails. They play basketball in over 90-degree temperature in Africa. Many of these kids are walking around in lesions on their feet. They step in water. Infection and warmth gets through their system. They get sick. Kids lose their feet to amputation because of what? They don't have a pair of shoes. And kids can't go to school around the world because they don't have shoes. So to us in this country, many people think a pair of shoes is a fashion statement. But for most people around the world, that's their primary mode of transportation. I mean, 8 miles, 9 miles, 10 miles. People don't realize this. But now we have a way to go let them know that somebody cares. Kmart cares, Protege cares, people across America care. Now we have 1 million pairs you can put on these kids. So now I'm floored. I'm so excited.
And we care. Yeah. Ernie and I care, so we're glad that we can help in our small part.
And it's great to have Al Harrington, Steven Jackson involved in this thing on the NBA end.
Thank you so much. Al Harrington, when you heard about this mission with Samaritan Feet and Steven Jackson, they all embraced the whole idea, and they went to Kmart and said, look, let's do something about it. And Kmart stepped up and said, well, this is what we're going to do. Let's donate 1 million pairs of shoes to Samaritan Feet. And it was great.
And what are the needs of Samaritans besides shoes? And you get contributions like this. But Manny, I know you got to have some place to store these. I know that the cost to travel all around the world for the shoe distributions is pretty high also. What can people who are watching this do? I mean, I know you can go to SamaritansFeet.org, but what can the average guy do? Say, well, that sounds cool. I'd like to help.
Oh, absolutely. They go to SamaritansFeet.org today. I tell people, when was the last time somebody asked you that $5 can change your life? For $5, you can help us put a pair of shoes now, because we have the shoes now. Kmart has made this possible. And it doesn't do us any good for this shoe to sit in the warehouse. So we need people to help us sort these shoes, prepare these shoes, go actually wash the feet of the poor kids and put these shoes on them. And for as little as $5, you can help us provide the resources to be able to warehouse these shoes, ship these shoes, and send people to go wash and tell kids around the world that their lives care, that there is hope and there's a future. So please go to our website at SamaritansFeet.org, donate $5, and help us make the life of somebody.
I just got hit. You know what that? The big heart you got. That's a big heart right there.
Hey, Kenny,
got hit.
I got a question for you too, Kenny.
That?
We've had Ron Hunter from IUPUI go barefoot coaching a game in college. There was a weekend here where you had high school and college coaches going barefoot recently. You think there's a chance we could get an NBA coach to go barefoot or start a game barefoot or come on the court barefoot?
I think that's a great idea and a great test. So any coach out there, we're going to get to go out there barefoot.
I'm going to make a couple of phone calls. I'm going to a couple of friends who might just do something like that.
I know a couple that might do it as well.
And I know a couple who might not. But I think I'll call the ones I think will.
But I tell you, that would be a huge blessing, because they've been given a great platform.
Yeah.
For them just to walk on that sideline, their bare feet, that means somebody somewhere else around the world will get the chance to wear a parachute for the very first time in their life.
We'll see what we can do. That's SamaritansFeet.org, and check it out, folks. And that's The View from Studio J.